They actually included us in the legal process to present it to the lawyers and regulatory, just to make sure they were nice enough to include the agency to give the face of how this is going to look and feel, which was unusual.
That's good. But it kind of speaks to what you said is the main important factor in the success, which is this iterative, collaborative nature. And without that, it seems like if that process broke down, this wouldn't have been successful.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
The process was great. I would also say that, again, going to the upfront sell-in, sometimes an idea gets sold in and it doesn't go quite far enough and you run into some obstacles. And this was, I think, sold in very well. And everyone was committed to it. And the fact that regulatory would allow us into reviews showed that there were those conversations ahead of time. It wasn't just, surprise, we're knocking on the door ready to review something. There was a lot of prep work done in advance of showing any of these things. So that smoothed the process out a lot, and you could just tell that the commitment was throughout the organization, not just in a pocket of the organization. That made a huge difference in kind of pulling this through as fast as it did go through.
Sounds key. Yeah. So you're starting to build this thing out. At what point do you start to test it, both internally? So you're getting it from Chariot, and you're starting to take a look at it. And then how do you go about that testing process, and at what point do you expose it to the end client, and what's their process for testing it before you begin to start to get this thing launched?
We did a lot of due diligence on the agency, and when Chariot would send a version to us, we would all download it on our individual device. So Quinn would be looking at different things than I would be looking at. Quinn was more looking at the functionality of it. I was more looking, does this look right? Is it the design right? And we had a good internal team of people that each person would test it, and we